In this video, we're talking about why it's so important to copyright your book in addition to uploading an interior document. I have the interior document below as a template, but I recently was talking to my trademark attorney and he told me of an experience he had with a client. The woman, she published a book, a printable, on Etsy. Somebody took that and they took that document and they went to the trademark office, the US Copyright Office, and they actually copyrighted it because no one had done it yet. Then when they received the copyright registration, which it passed like that, they went to Etsy and complained and it shut down her entire account. It shut down her entire income stream. So she had to hire my attorney and he had to go fight and they had to prove that she was the original owner of the book. And it cost her additional thousands of dollars. So I'm going to show you why it's important to have copyright, but this is one of my clients. Her copyright is right inside the front page. Okay, this is copyright, all rights reserved. This book contains material protected under international and federal copyright laws and treaties. Any unauthorized reprint or use of this material is prohibited. No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form. That means I need to get her permission to use it in a YouTube video, right? And we do a lot of collaborations together. So listen, this is one part. This is like in the United States in 1923 is when the Office of Copyright came out. And during this time, the presidency said like anyone that takes a pen to a paper owns the copyright. And so that's how you could prove it. But so much has advanced since then that now you have to do more diligence, especially if your book is selling. So I don't want to tell you that it's not important if your book's not selling, but I want to let you know that there are liabilities that happen when you don't protect your book. So I have another client and she hired a traditional publisher, and in that contract, she signed away her copyright. And she was receiving cease and desist because she had a bad experience and they didn't like that. And so she reached out to my attorney. She hired my attorney too. And he looked over the contract that she signed and it was completely outdated. It said like you couldn't do certain things after this date and that date was gone. And there was just so many discrepancies in there that he was like, you agreed to give away your copyright, but they never filed copyright on your book. So according to the US laws of copyright, you actually own this. You wrote it. So now you need to go copyright it. Now you can do this for $85 on the website, the copyright website. But if you have any type of litigation or anything where you're nervous about the situation, then I would recommend hiring a copyright attorney. So we're going to have him on the channel. You guys always hear me talk about him, but I'm like literally, we were texting the other day, like he just needs to come on and teach everybody because now he's having these book experiences, right? He's having these experiences where he is seeing people lose access to their work because they're not copywriting it. So now copyright is different than trademark. As you've seen online, trademark is when you have a phrase that you want to tell people not to use, like Diet Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Nikon, Amazon, right? Like there's names and it needs to be unique enough. At the time that Jeff Bezos trademarked Amazon for book categories or for software, the Amazon was only being really used in a historical way to talk about the river, right? Or the jungle or any bug in the Amazonian. When you are thinking of a trademark, it needs to be unique. And an example of this is one of the Kardashians, Kylie Kardashian, the youngest, I think. She tried to trademark her first name. And every famous Kylie was like, hold up, hold the phone. No, if you win that trademark, I can't even use my name to make money. And so obviously the trademark office, like slap that down. Like you couldn't do that because it's too broad. So some of you guys have seen that online for notebooks and journals, for coloring books, bold and easy. It's too broad to trademark. It's not unique enough. But if you were to do like zippity moo moo choo choo wah wah, like if you did something unique that didn't exist before, that's how you protect a brand, okay? So if you are filing trademark on the words like, hey, hi, coloring book, be more creative and protect your brand. So that's kind of where I've been in my trademarking journey. I can't trademark some of my books, you guys, because they're empty inside. They're lined journals, they're composition notebooks. And the only way I can actually protect my brand is if I have a series like J.K. Rowling. She wrote Harry Potter. But Amazon made a rule a couple years ago where you cannot trademark. You cannot create a series off of low content books. Okay, sorry, I keep on going out of focus. I'll work on my camera. I'll stay still. So that's what I've been working on, is like figuring out the unique brand. And let me tell you why this is cool for you. Because before I published on Amazon, if you were to do the ABC method and type in words on Amazon and you typed in Jenny Hansen Lane, nothing would come up. But because you typed in my name, the more times people type in my name, it becomes a keyword. Now, spoiler alert, I'm not really a trending keyword on Amazon. But what I'm telling you is when you come up with something unique and the book starts to sell, that becomes a keyword. And that is so powerful because then you can protect it. Because trademark, you have to have it working. You have to have it like implemented somewhere. You can't just be like, I have this idea in my notebook and I'm going to trademark it. You have to show like, hey, this is selling and it's like a legit business that I have. Okay. You could have more power in your trademark if you had a whole business designed around it too. Okay. So I've been helping another client with that because it's really exciting when you can do that and protect the brand. So let me know what questions you have about copyright. I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing this because I love you and I want to protect you. And I want you to know that if you're making money on Amazon KDP, you should save some of your royalties to start being able to invest in the expenses that come with protecting your book through copyright. And in addition to this, you might be like, I'm going to click away from this video. I'm not going to believe what Jenny says. I want to remind you that I truly believe that when my account was falsely suspended and terminated, the only way I was able to get it back on is that when I emailed the higher ups at Amazon, I told them about 150 covers. Like I told them about my application. I told them that I take this serious. I want to protect my books. Okay. So I love our community. I love when you guys put in the chat what type of videos you want to see because I'm in the weeds with you. I'm publishing. I'm at 517 books. I had that goal of 1,000, but I kind of want 1,000 YouTube videos now. Because I love hanging out with you guys. So put in the comments how I can help you. Put in the comments what I can do to help you get ahead in your self-publishing journey. I love you lots and I'll see you in the next video. Here's a video that YouTube is suggesting. Love you guys. Peace out.